Welcome to Give Me 10. Thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you, Juhi. Good morning. Very delighted to be here with you.
After ages and after going back and forth, I think this is going to be worth it. Deepti, let me
Yes.
introduce you to the audience. Let me not take any more time from you. So, this is Deepti Soni. She's now the Director Communications and External Relations. She's at the National Law School of India University. She's based out of Bangalore. So, Deepti, your first question. What has been
Hmm.
your most successful strategy for ensuring consistency in messaging?
My God, Juhi, this is a question is like, trying to concise my entire career in one question.
That's true.
So, yeah, so I think one of the most rewarding strategies for ensuring consistency in messaging has been fostering a shared sense of purpose across the organizations where I have worked. It is about aligning everyone from leadership to individual team members around a common vision and ensuring that vision is consistently reflected in every piece of communication. So, whether it is internal communications or external communications. And by building a strong internal communication frameworks and encouraging a collaborative culture, uh, I endeavor to create a united front in how we present ourselves to the world. And I think the success across organizations of this strategy lies in the simplicity of its approach, um, constantly alignment and adaptability. I have been able to build clear guidelines that help us stay on message, but we also encourage flexibility. And I think we work together, and you would realize flexibility has always been very, very important. Understanding that the context might change, especially in today's fast paced world. I think I would say what has been truly uplifting is in seeing how small everyday actions, like internal workshops or, for example, casual check ins, can help reinforce a consistent message that feels authentic and resonant. And the result is not just about delivering a consistent, strong message, but also about creating a culture where communication becomes a natural extension of who we are as an organization. It has also been very exciting to see how this alignment builds trust and creates a sense of belonging, both within teams and I would say with broader audiences as well. So I think in that sense, that has been so far my successful strategy in building consistency in messaging across organizations.
Amazing. And I remember you always used to say that I think we used to discuss it way back 20 years ago that we have to be consistent to the point of being boring. That we
Absolutely.
have to just keep repeating the key messages again and again.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, next question. So, what do you think is the role of communication in DNI today? How diversity and inclusion is like almost a must-have for every organization. What role do you think communications play?
I think diversity and inclusion question, it is a great question. It is also a critical question in today's world. I think communication has the power to drive this positive change we all hope to see in this world, especially when it comes to promoting diversity and inclusion or DNI. I believe that it is more than just spreading awareness. It is also about cultivating a culture where all individuals feel seen, heard, and valued. The heart of DNI communication is creating spaces where people from all walks of life can share their experience, ideas, and aspirations without fear, without any kind of sort of you know thinking about what could be the repercussions or what could be the impression on other people. I believe that in my experience, and I started way back as a diversity and inclusion champion when I was working with the British Foreign Office.
Yeah.
The most powerful way to promote DNI through communication is by focusing on the strength, but that comes from diversity. It is about, on one hand, framing stories of diversity not just as challenges to be overcome, but I also feel but as opportunities for growth, innovation, and deeper connection. Each unique voice contributes to a richer, more vibrant community, in my opinion, and that is something worth celebrating. I think one of the strategies which I found most encouraging in the focus is the focus on real, authentic stories, like, grassroots stories, real lived stories. Um, that highlight both individual and collective progress. By making space for diverse voices and experience as a communication professional, and by continuously sharing these stories, we create an environment where DNI becomes part of the organizational DNA, so to speak. And I think what has been most inspiring is seeing how this kind of communication leads to real action, whether it is in new policies, programs, or changes in how we work together. One of the things which I would like to add here is that the future is incredibly bright in this space, because with the right communication strategy, we can continue to challenge norms, break down many barriers, and build more inclusive environments. Across my professional spaces, across different organizations, I have seen firsthand how open and transparent communication can be a catalyst for a culture that celebrates diversity and promotes equality for all on a day to day basis, and not just in winning big goals and achieving big targets. So I
True.
would say that's where the role of communication is in terms of promoting diversity and inclusion.
Wow. I think I want to pause and go over every word again and again. But this is brilliant. And of course, what you said about humane, just being humane and looking at the human interest of everything. And I think that's always been your strength, Deepti. You've always looked at that
Thank you.
heart inside everybody. Okay, last question. So, like
Okay.
you said, that this field is very interesting and there's a lot of future. In your view, how can media and communication professionals, all of us, better influence public policy debates to drive a more positive social impact?
Very interesting and tough one also. You want to end with a tough question?
No, actually, I want you to leave it as a tip for even our
Okay.
younger generations,
Uh-huh.
who are like now 2 to 5 years into communication roles, like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sure. Let me try answering this one. So I think media and communication professionals hold an incredible responsibility and opportunity to influence public policy debates in ways that can create lasting positive change. Uh, I believe that we are the bridge between the people and policymakers, and the stories we tell, I think, have the power to shift perspectives, and not only that, but also drive action and make the world a better place. I think one of the most vesting ways we can influence policy is by focusing on solutions rather than difficulty. It is easy to get caught up in the challenges, but I think by framing issues with a focus on the solutions available, we can inspire optimism and a sense of possibility. Media professionals can serve as advocates for positive change by highlighting how communities, organizations, and individuals are making a difference and showing a progress that is not just possible, it is also happening right now. And this is one of the things which I tried to do during my multiple training sessions for the media professionals, in how to build those positive narratives, and not just anecdotal positive narratives, but also fact based positive narrative. So it's an amalgamation of both anecdotal plus factual data. Additionally, I think we can use several of a platform like yours or mine to amplify voices that often go unheard, whether that is through compelling human interest stories or by giving space to experts and activists who are working tirelessly on the ground. By shining light on these voices, I think we can help build momentum for change and create a groundswell for public support that policymakers can no longer ignore. I think it's important for people who are in the space of making public policy to understand what's happening on the ground. The key is always to be grounded in hope and forward thinking, while also being data driven and fact based. I think as individuals, media and communication professionals, and informed uh, people, when we communicate with optimism and also offer practical, achievable solutions, I think we are not informing the public, but also inspiring them to take action.